What's up, everybody? It is your main man, Big I, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I am sitting here with the wonderful, amazing, I think we need to get a cape or something to put on. Sherry Dorsey, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on? What's
Now,
going on?
what y'all don't know is Sherry is an awesome pillar in the community, and the freaking community / hood / people love Sherry. Tell us who you are and tell them who you are, because a lot of people might not know you. Give them your background real quick, then we could just dive in about the bus changes. Cool?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction, Big I. I am Sherry Dorsey Walker, formerly served on City Council in the 6th District and proudly served in the 6th District, and just enjoy serving God's people to the best of my ability. And also a filmmaker, so Big Ivan and I enjoy being together in settings like these.
Daggone right. Wherever there's a C stand, there's me and Sherry.
Absolutely.
Move a little closer, Sherry. They saying you look like you don't like the conversation.
No.
See that?
DETV and SWAT Productions coming together as one. Love it.
I keep saying spirit fingers, like
That's
jazz
right.
hands.
I love it.
Sherry, so you was on last night, late night, and you was, I want to say tweeting, but you was Facebook but you had a status update about the bus changes. What's going on with these bus changes? Let's start there.
First and foremost, it's important that whenever there's going to be a major change that affects the community needs to be involved in those changes. And we can't have meetings under the cover of darkness or under the cover of light.
What do you mean, the cover of darkness?
When I say under the cover of darkness, I'm talking about, for instance, if you're having a meeting during the day, and the very people who are going to be affected by the changes are one, at work, or two, on the dark bus, then how do you expect for them to actually be at the meeting?
Right.
Secondly, if the meeting is in the evening but it's not publicized properly, then how do you anticipate having communal input? So at the end of the day, if you really want the community to be engaged in the conversation, then make it such that they can be, that we all can be.
So what you saying? What you saying? What do you say? Have her speak. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have her rewind that because they want to hear you say it again, a little louder this time on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Because we picking it up good on the what you call it. But Facebook, you can just tell them because they need to hear that.
Okay.
All right.
Not a problem.
Cool.
So, at the end of the day, whenever we're having community engagement issues, okay, DART, for instance, DART and some others, some elected officials sat down and some business leaders decided that they no longer want DART to be at Rodney Square, okay, for that to be the hub. Well, DART has habitually been at Rodney Square, and that has been the hub for the city of Wilmington. Why all of a sudden do we want to move DART from Rodney Square? What is the greater issue here? So let's make sure that when we're having these meetings, that we're inviting the community, that we're not just posting something on Facebook. Some of the community members who would have attended the meeting don't have Facebook.
Right.
Let's just be realistic.
Right.
Not everybody does Facebook. That 86-year-old grandmother who uses DART doesn't use Facebook. Sometimes that 55-year-old father who's trying to get his children wherever they need to be doesn't have time to go on Facebook and check statuses for DART. However, they are checking schedules.
Right.
So post the meetings in a place where the community can actually be engaged.
Now, let's put a pin in that real quick because I'm with you 100% on that. What happens if that bus stop, if that whole area moves to people that depend on public transportation? How does that affect the community?
Where will they go? That's the greater question.
Right.
Where will they go? If Rodney Square has always been the hub.
For over 50 years?
Yes.
Okay.
So they tried it on Shipley Street.
Right.
Traffic was so backed up, it was ridiculous. Now they're saying that it's a traffic issue. I can honestly say, I'm downtown pretty much every day. It is not a major issue to have the buses around Rodney Square. Let's deal with the greater issue.
Okay,
If
all
the
right.
business community doesn't want DART and certain kinds of people downtown, then why not sit down with these individuals, these very people who they don't want downtown. And let's deal with the greater issue.
Is that what it is? They don't want certain people downtown. And do you think that's intentional that they're just moving the bus stop? Let's keep it 100.
I don't want to speak for them. I
Okay.
want to speak for myself.
Okay.
But I'll be very fair about this situation.
Okay.
I believe that the business community, the elected officials, and the actual community who will be affected, let's all convene a meeting together.
Okay.
Let's sit down and let's come up with peaceful resolutions.
Right.
Because we can sit here and go back and forth about who said what and
Right,
why.
right.
But if everybody comes to the table as one,
Right.
and we get this resolved,
Right.
we won't have these issues. Because the business community may have a certain perception of certain people who are coming to Rodney Square. But if you don't sit down and talk to the individuals, how do you know what's going on?
Right.
Like the people who ride DART may have a certain perception of the business community.
Right, right.
But if you're not having conversations, then how are you going to figure out each other?
Right, right. And this has been going on since the days of the dinosaur.
Absolutely.
Like we say we're going to do something, we'll have a vote Christmas night, Christmas Eve, you know what I mean, something like that. Is there a way that we can move forward to fix that? Because I know certain people don't want that to happen because there's a lot of laws that's being passed, while people are at work or Thanksgiving morning. You know what I mean? Is there a way that can be fixed? Or even tell me how the community can be more involved to stay abreast of these changes.
One thing the community needs to do is get out and vote. Because if you have the right kinds of people representing you, then you don't have these issues.
Right.
Because the right kinds of people will work with your schedule so that you can be at the meeting.
Right.
See, when you have the right elected officials in office, they fight for you.
Right.
And it's not about me.
Right.
Okay, so that's why as long as you keep putting politicians in office, you're going to keep getting the same results. Politicians only care about themselves. Public servants care about you, the people.
Right.
So start electing public servants and you'll get better results.
I know that's right. It's I don't know. It's just crazy that you can see what the changes that Wilmington are making. I'm hearing how the city is taking people's houses over like real petty stuff, and no one knows. I'm hearing that they're having meetings behind closed doors that nobody knows. I'm hearing that people are just losing everything. Like there's a new change in Wilmington, and nobody knows but those that are at the table. Again, how do we get people out to vote? You know what I mean? How do we get them to speak up? Because right now it looks like Wilmington is being taken. The mat is being pulled right from underneath us, and the only thing that we're doing is complaining.
Well, whose fault is that? Let's be realistic. We have to look at ourselves. Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror.
Right.
Or the woman in the mirror. I have to add that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if we're not paying attention, I can't blame somebody else for me not paying attention. If you run 5 and 6 people of the same persuasion for one position, and then you expect somebody else to get in there, you expect somebody from your own community to be in that position, that's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. So what you do is you sit down and you come up strategically and figure out how are you going to work together. Stop working against one another.
Right.
And so as long as we have people working against one another and you don't have solidarity in the community, that's how the rug gets pulled from underneath you. So don't blame somebody else when you're not doing what you need to do in your own home.
Right. And you're absolutely right on that. If this bus route moves, how will that affect Wilmington's economy?
So there are so many people who rely upon DART to just get around.
Right.
On Sundays, by the grace of God, many churches now have bus services, so they're able to shepherd people to and from church. But Monday through Saturday, that's how people get around the city. That's how people get around. That's how people go visit their loved ones who live in Dover.
Right.
So if you shift and people actually go to Rodney Square. So if you take me away from Rodney Square, this is where I'm accustomed to catching the bus. Where shall I catch the bus? If that's the hub. So how am I going to get to see my loved ones?
Right.
How will I get to work?
Right.
Move me to Shipley Street, and then everything's all backed up. So now I'm going to be late for work. So then I lose my job.
That's going to be crazy. If they're going to move everything down to Shipley Street.
That's what they did previously.
Right.
So we don't know
Okay.
what the plan is at this point. We just know that the plan is to try to move the buses away from Rodney Square. But The community has to stay engaged. Don't sit around and complain. Get up, find out what's happening in your community, and get involved.
Right.
And go vote.
Right.
Stop saying, oh, I'm mad at this one for doing X, Y, and Z. Did you vote?
Right, right. You know, it's and I can say it because I don't have no political ties to anybody. But I'm gonna say this. You know, a lot of people talk about Dennis Williams, right? Dennis Williams was that dude. Now, he didn't do everything right, but what he did was, you ain't gonna pull a fast one. You know, and when you and I talk many times, and that's one thing. You know, when I interviewed Mr. Williams, I'm not going to call him Dennis. When I interviewed Mr. Williams, you know, I was surprised because you can actually see his heart is for the community. How he went about things, you know, but you're not going to pull a fast one across him. And I think we need more community leaders, community members, and that will have the same thing. Like, you know, you're not going to pull a fast one across, you know, in front of me. And I think what we definitely have to do, there has to be some type of solidarity, some communication between. I think, Sherry, that people actually need to know how local government works.
Exactly.
I've been out here for a while, and I see people in the hood that don't know. I've seen people outside of the hood that don't know. We have to do something to show people how local government works, from the civic meetings to the council meetings, the roles of the council members, you know, and the council president, and then the mayor, and so on and so on. That's how we're going to make a change. Because right now, if there's no communication to the people of color, we damn sure don't know what's going on. We don't have a WDEL, no shot at to who I'm about to mention. We don't have a WDL, we don't have a WSTW, we don't have, you know, the Queen, we don't have anything like that. We have Power 99 FM. You know what I mean? But now we got DETV now.
We do have access
right.
to WDEL,
yes.
WSTW, the News Journal.
Yeah.
So we can't say that we don't know when things have been publicized.
Mm-hmm.
This situation with DART, it was not publicized.
Oh.
That is the issue. So there's access.
We can go. You're right. We can go on for days. It wasn't publicized.
It was not publicized.
So this was sneaky.
I'm sorry?
This was sneaky. Hashtag sneak.
Well, you know, you call it what you call it. I'm going to say
it was wrong.
Let's make sure.
Hashtag sneak.
Let's make sure that we are doing things, and if it's supposed to be an open government, then make sure it's open. And not just open to certain people. It's open to everyone. And this is another thing that we need to be mindful of.
I'm listening.
Talking about our community.
Yes.
Don't vote for somebody because they gave you $50 or $100 on election day, and then they never come back to your community. Because this is what you get. You get them having meetings and not inviting you to the meeting.
Was there a lot of that going on? Okay, I guess there was. All right. Hashtag sneak. Shame on you, DART. Shame on you. They really didn't let people know that this was happening. They're just going to let us know this is going to happen on this date. Take it or leave it. Anything else you want to say on that? Because you over there twitching. You, my city.
I love my Wilmington.
I love my
One
Wilmington.
thing I'm not going to do is have Wilmington devoid of information.
I know that's right.
When we have an opportunity to share information with our city, we need to be doing just that.
Agreed.
And we need to hold elected officials accountable. And I don't understand why people feel like they have to be afraid to say what's right. No dollar amount should be able to keep you silent.
Right.
When it comes to your community.
Right.
And as long as we sit back idly and do nothing, this is what we get: secret meetings.
I want to know how many secret meetings are really going on that we don't know about.
It's a secret.
All right, you got to get back. You got to get to Washington, right?
Yes, sir.
Promise me one thing.
Yes.
Anything that the people need to know, you come through here.
Absolutely.
Because we want the people to know. I want the people to know.
That's a
deal?
That's a deal.
All right, thank you, baby girl.
All right.
I appreciate it. It's your main man, Big Eye, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH, again with the Honorable Sherry. What's the correct title?
You said it right.
Honorable Sherry Dorsey Walker. Got to put the Walker in there to make the husband happy. Make sure you follow us on DETVCH.com. Again, I think Sherry, to wrap it up, Sherry's right. Hold them accountable. No more secret meetings. Damn you, DART. All right, this is your main man, Big I, follows DETVCH. Make sure you pay attention and follow Misty on the street as we go about and telling the community what's really going on and showing them in a comedic way. City Council members, I'll give you a platform once a month. That's what I'm gonna do. Once a month, I'm gonna give you a platform, all City Council members, to come to DETV and tell the community what exactly is going on. You don't have to pay me nothing, just show up. I'll give you a date. I'll send you an email along with the date, shooting days, once a month. We're gonna hold you accountable. Take that, and that, and that. We out.